In a world where there are too many comic books to keep up with, one podcast has the stones to bring you all of your comic book needs. Week by week, book by book. One epic show. You are now tuned in to Nerd Church Radio.
Hello and welcome to episode number 27 of NCR. I'm your host, Ben Dupay.
I'm Travis Roseberry.
Bradley Butin.
Ariel Dupay.
And we are your DC comic book overlords, here to bring you recaps and reviews on DC Comics. It's episode 27, and just a piece of history for everyone. In issue number 27 of Detective Comics, it was the first appearance of Batman in 1939. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Batman.
Just very, very well timed. So it's just a little history for you on
Holy years of magic,
issue
Batman.
27, yeah. So just want to let everyone know before we start recapping and reviewing the DC comic books, we are a spoiler podcast. So we are going to be spoiling plot beats, character developments, all the juicy details that happened in the comics. So yeah, we are going to be doing that this week. Otherwise, how's everyone doing this week?
Doing good. You?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, pretty good.
Brad's back. Everybody at your family feeling better?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Except for me, because they all got to do nothing for a few days, and I got to be, everything.
Nurse Brad?
Nurse, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you look good in a white dress.
I do. But I didn't shave my legs. Wife asked, and she's
Natural.
like, hey, the nurse outfit just doesn't work when I have a beard. But I like, hey, I can trade this in for some scrubs. We can make it work.
Make it happen.
I know. What's up with the beard net? I mean, who wears those?
The beard nets? Oh, yeah, the Costco employees, I think. Yeah.
Our lunch lady at our high school. Oh, wait, that was a different issue.
Yeah. Almost a beard, not quite.
Yeah.
So, Travis, how's the kid doing?
Doing good. Sleeping about 4 hours every night, so I'm happy.
That's perfect.
Good
Very
stuff.
cool. Awesome. And Ariel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm starting to feel like myself again. Ready
Yay.
to get outside and get some exercise.
Nice.
Just when it started to snow
Yeah,
again. Poor Ariel. Sorry.
bad timing.
Yeah.
Yep, and that is why Josh is not with us this week, actually. So, Brad, you stepped in, and Josh stepped out. So he's out there making the streets safer for us.
Yes.
I texted him last night, and I was like, thanks. Hey, buddy, stay safe out there. Thanks for keeping it safe for us. And he was like, with great power comes great responsibility. So, yeah, that's Josh for us. So.
And we'll be back.
Yeah. So, sweet, man. Yeah, it was a good week for DC Comics, I felt like.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I started a new job, and I had quite a bit of downtime that I was able to read all the comic books at work, which was kind of awesome. That's kind of a first for me to have downtime at a job. It was
Kind of scary, huh?
I felt dirty.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing this. But
Turn the resolution on the monitor down, the brightness,
no,
tilt the
they
screen
just
away.
were like, they were like, we ran out of ads, so until more come in, just do whatever. I don't care.
Wow.
That's
But,
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
I've been looking at comics too now that my break partner's not at work.
yeah,
so
I know. What's that like?
I was like, what do I do? I don't know. I usually go on break with Ben, but now
and normally when I wasn't there, you wouldn't even take a break.
no, I wouldn't.
So now
I have to force myself. Yeah,
Hey, Brad, which Wells Fargo do you work at?
the one on Vista, the one that didn't get caught on fire.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
going to
for-
say, hopefully nobody got hurt in that.
Yeah.
I heard that on the radio on my way into work this week that one of the buildings caught on fire, and I was like, oh, man, I know Brad works there. And I was like, wait, was that a disgruntled Ben Dupay that set a time bomb off or something?
for listeners out
Q
there.
Rancid.
Just kidding. He wasn't disgruntled.
So yeah, well I was, but I didn't set any fires. No, for listeners. So because not everyone lives in the Des Moines area. there was a fire at a Wells Fargo corporate building, and I just left Wells Fargo. I was employed there before, so I woke up that morning and got like 4 texts from people that were all like, "Did you set fire to your old job?"
If I did, would I text you yes?
Like, yeah, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. Yeah, so everyone was okay, I think. So
Yeah. They sent out some email about it, but I didn't read it.
yeah. As I treat most of my emails from I used to treat most of my emails at Wells Fargo. Just
quick
try not
glance
to
and
read
move
them.
on.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So we are going to get things started here. I'm going to kick things off with what I feel like was the biggest book of the week this week, JLA, Justice League of America #1, with a story by Steve Orlando, art. A lot of artists, man. Art by Ivan Rice, Joe Prado, Auclair Albert, Julio Ferreira, and Marcelo Maiolo. So this story starts off with Bats telling Vixen about how the JLA needs to be like the superhero team that shows everyday people that they can be heroes too. Then we jump to Canary and Ray, who are saving people from a fire in the city of Vanity, which I didn't realize is that a thing, I guess, in DC Comics? I don't know.
Never heard of it.
Where all the supermodels live, I guess. I beat
On
you
the
to it,
catwalk,
Travis.
you got me. Yep.
Nice.
So Lobo's out in the Pacific Ocean saving dolphins. Adam and Killer Frost are working on a major generator for the JLA sanctuary, and some new villain named Lord Havoc shows up in Saratoga, New York, with a team of baddies to cause some trouble. Havoc and his team want to take over the world because their world was destroyed, but not if the JLA have anything to say about it. The good guys show up and do battle with Lord Havoc and his team. Lord Havoc is about to kill the Atom when Bats steps up and tells Lord Havoc to take him instead, and it's to be continued next week in First Blood of Lord Havoc. So I felt like this was a pretty solid issue. There were a couple concerns that I have about it. I feel like Orlando threw us right into the heat of battle really quick without a lot of setup. Which sometimes writers do that. Like in 7 to Eternity, there wasn't much of a setup for that book. You just kind of had to figure out what was going on, and the writer just kind of threw you in. And it's not a huge problem for this book, but the plot did seem a little rushed at first for me. That didn't take away from the awesomeness of seeing the team in action for the first time, though. There were a couple of super sweet double splash pages that looked totally just amazing, beautiful, which kind of leads me to the artwork. Most of it is great, but I can tell there's multiple inkers on this. There are certain pages where some of the expressions are weird, or other pages where they're spot on. I don't know if it's a non-artist thing where a non-artist wouldn't notice this maybe, but I don't know. Like Ariel, well, you're an artist, but not of the comic book variety. Did you notice certain instances where the art was maybe a little bit off?
Yeah, especially with Vixen. There is one where she just, I can't even find it right now, but her face was really off.
Yeah, it's closer
and
to the beginning.
disproportionate.
Yeah.
And that there was one of the villains that had like weird tentacles on his head.
Yeah.
There were certain frames where his face looked kind of weird, and I wondered if like he had a deformed face or if that was just a writer or an artist thing. But it didn't take a lot away from the book for me. It was noticeable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that being said, we do have a rating system here on NCR where we like to, on NCR DC Mass, I'm sorry, Travis, where we like to, I don't know, because you're the one that's always like, you didn't say DC Mass. And core instead of corp, and what would I do without you, Travis? I don't
Live a very
I don't
happy
know.
life.
Not
No.
be grammatically.
Not getting.
There'd be balls be dropping the
Whoa,
ball,
what?
ball left and right. No,
Okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so we do have a rating system here at NCR where we rate and review the comic books that we love. Gideon, why don't you tell the listeners about our rating system?
If a comic book is bad, we rate it as blasphemy. If the book is good, we give our blessing. If the book is not bad, not good, but just kind of meh, we rate it as stuck in purgatory. If the book is great, we rate it as holy. And if a comic book exceeds all standards of awesomeness, we rate that book as salvation.
Ben, you're so mean to me.
I know,
sorry.
yeah, that was it last week, yeah.
He was just beating him up. He was
Yeah,
throwing punches.
that was how it was last week. Brad, did you listen to last week's
I did.
episode? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Travis
And
was maker.
podcast
was it Josh?
gold right
Yeah,
there,
it was
right?
beautiful.
You know, and I have to agree that how awesome Green Arrow was. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
man!
yeah.
I was sad you
Oh.
weren't here to
yeah.
talk about it
I
because
know.
I that was the one breaking point where I gave it a salvation. But that being said, I am going to on the Justice League overall. I say it has good story, good art. I give it a blessing, maybe even a high blessing, but definitely not to holy territory on this one just yet for me.
Why is that?
Just the issues where I felt like the story, like the villains just show up out of nowhere, and we're you know, we kind of rushed it a little bit, but it's not, that doesn't take a lot away, but it takes away a little. Like I would have liked to have seen these guys where they were before they showed up, maybe, and like, you know, get a little bit of setup on them rather than just like plop them right in the middle of this, you know, story or the artwork. You know, there was like 4 different inkers on this, and you could see the difference in the inking. So
Okay, I got you. Lots of little things that all add up. Yeah,
but
makes
still
sense.
a good book.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was great for me.
see, I disagree. I would have given it holy because I thought it was awesome. I like the fact that they kind of just like, okay, here's a bunch of big bad guys, go fight. You know, on the job training. I mean, it was just like, hey, you're going to fail to get. You're either going to fail or you're going to succeed.
See, I much preferred what they did in Justice League Suicide Squad, where you saw Max Lord break out his team out of prison, and you saw them go where they were going to get to Bel Rev, and then everything kind of came together in the 3rd issue, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, Travis, what did you think about that?
To be completely honest with you, I didn't read this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read everything else except for this one. I just ran out of time, to be honest with you. But I just flipped through the pages. I agree with the art. I actually liked it a lot. My question to you guys is, what is it, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I missed all of the comics. I just didn't get to them because I had like an infant screaming
You had
in
a
my
child
ear.
being born?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little confused. I saw the guy that's now the new Adam.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan.
Choi or-
Okay.
Ryan
yeah,
Choi, yeah.
Choi. Yeah. So I read issue 1 of the Adam. Has issue 2 came out?
No, so
He's just in
what the-
active duty all the time now.
What
Because
they-
he's in this in this issue.
So what they did with that was, like, you remember we had Vixen #1, the
Sure,
Ray
yeah.
#1. So those were all just precursors to JLA, and they're not going to have #2s. They were just one shots. So
Because at the end of number 1, correct me if I'm wrong, is he got the message from the real Adam, Ray Palmer, to come find him in the microverse.
and that's
Yes.
going to be continued in
And-
JLA.
And now all of a sudden he's active duty. He's got the full Adam outfit, and he's just there. I don't remember them recruiting
so
him.
Ray. Oh, you missed. Okay, so you missed an issue. I think last week or 2 weeks ago.
JLA.
JLA. So it was JLA Rebirth #1, and this is just JLA #1. So you
Gotcha,
remember how the
okay. Yeah,
Rebirth comics have, like,
Yep.
I almost wish they'd call those issue
Zero.
number 0,
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
like it wouldn't
or
be so
Origins or something
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that.
something like that. But so yeah, that was kind of where the setup was for
Okay,
that.
I
Yeah.
missed it. Swing and a miss.
Nah,
Sorry.
that's cool. You know,
Cool. Thank you.
we can't be expect. That's why there's 4 of us or 5 of us.
Yeah,
true.
6, 7 of
Well,
us.
there's 8,
There's a
9,
lot.
10. There's a lot of people in
A
this
lot of
room.
us
They're just
here,
very
yeah.
quiet.
Yes, yes, they're being kind. So, yeah, I don't know. What did you think?
I couldn't
Ariel?
agree with you. It just felt really clumsy. I think they wanted to showcase each hero's like strengths, and it just kind of got lost in the book. I'm more excited for to see how their relationship with each other grows, and if they're going to be able to get along, or if they're just too different to ever
Yeah.
work together as a team.
The
Yeah.
main baddie looks really awesome.
Lord
though.
Havoc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks really. Like I said, I didn't read it, so I can't give him context. But he looks really awesome.
Yeah.
Good art.
It'd be cool if it was just him, but they threw in like 6 other bad guys.
You know, I think you're right. I think it would have been a lot better if it was just him, and then like bring in everybody else, like you know,
yeah, later.
to come in to save the bad guy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, but that wouldn't work
Yeah,
because
they got to give everybody out in the JLA as somebody to punch and go after.
That's
true.
So.
Yeah, like if it was just him against the JLA,
Yeah.
he'd be gone in no time.
I just thought it was super fun. Like I read it in no time. It was, and I just was like, wow, cool.
I thought it was super fun. Like
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not putting it in purgatory
no, I know,
or anything.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, it's not in holy for me yet. I honestly do think it'll get there. I think there's a lot of potential. I hope they don't keep scattering their artists around like this, because like I really like having just one solo artist or a group of solo artists.
I already like this run better than Justice League.
Yeah, well, that's pretty
Hands
easy.
down.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
yeah. I'd rather brush my teeth with a chainsaw than read Justice League. So,
Ouch.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
How would you hold that chainsaw? Would you have Ariel hold it?
yeah,
Or
I'll do it.
maybe she's
Yeah.
afraid of chainsaws.
I am. I'm
So
terrified.
she
no,
is
do
this-
they have like little handheld ones? Or
Maybe, yeah. There, it's like a mini chainsaw.
would you still use toothpaste?
Well, yeah.
I guess, yeah. You're brushing your teeth.
What flavor?
What? What, are we in crazy land here or something? No toothpaste when I'm brushing my teeth?
Get real, Brad. Come on.
Come on, get it together,
There wasn't.
man.
Oh, people brush their teeth with other stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So
So,
like butter and clay. Dwight Schrute.
yes.
Mint leaves.
I love The Office callouts. It's like I've seen that show
Oh my gosh.
too many times to admit to other people. But all right, cool. So we're gonna move things on. Let's do who has Teen Titans.
I have Teen Titans.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
me, the wonderful Travis Roseberry, has the Teen Titans.
Travis the
Yes.
Wonderful. That's
I'm sorry,
what they
hold on.
call you.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I'm just
Patting
reaching
your-
back
Here,
here.
I'll help you out a little bit. There you go.
Thank
There you
you.
go, buddy.
Thanks for patting my
Yeah.
back. All right. Teen Titans number 5. The team arrives at Black Citadel to save Robin. They find he was stabbed and is hurt really, really bad. Raven takes some of his pain away with her magic so that he can, or they can escape the Citadel. But not if the Demon's Fist crew has anything to say about it. A standoff ensues. Damien explains that dear old granddad killed or recruited their parents so that they'd basically be servants to the League of Shadows. Granddad interrupts. Fight breaks out. But this time it's the Teen Titans and the Demon's Fist versus the League of Shadows. They fight to a standstill, and then both parties retreat. It's kind of an anticlimactic deal, but when you've got two big powerhouses like that, what can you expect? What can you expect?
Expect.
Expect.
You're adopting
The
your
Utes.
infant's
Yeah,
native tongue.
that's about it. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I actually
Speaking
pick
of
up the
Justice League. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh. No, pick this issue up when the fight really does break out between the Teen Titans and the League of Shadows. It's actually pretty funny. It's pretty cool. It's light. It's fun. Read it. So the Demon's Fist goes their own way, and then the Teen Titans go their own way. The story ends up with the team standing on the roof of the Titans Tower in San Francisco. They appoint Damien as their leader, or as Beast Boy calls him, Ruthless Overlord. And scene. Comic book's over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Next issue is the Sixth Titan.
yes, the Sixth Titan.
Who do we think that is?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I wouldn't even know who to pick.
Actually, I think I do. I think I know, and I just had the
Actually,
thought.
me too. I just thought about it too.
Who?
John, Superboy.
No,
Oh, no.
I don't know.
He's too young.
I think he's involved. He's wrapped up in Super Sons. If you'll remember,
So is Damien.
that's true. No, well, okay,
I don't think
so
Mom and Dad would allow him, though.
Yeah.
I think they would stop that.
My thought process is back in DC Universe Rebirth #1, there was a panel that showed Aqualad, and we haven't seen him since.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd probably make more sense.
Yeah, I think that's what's. I'd put money on that. I really would. I think that.
All right, I got a quarter.
All right, quarter. You want to put a quarter?
Yep, I want to
Quarter.
see this.
All right.
Witness.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
All the listeners.
I rated it a blessing. I'll be honest, I haven't been following this title, but it was a good story. It was a one-off. I know it was the very end. It was a passable experience. I didn't fall in love with it, but at the same time, I didn't hate it. So it's kind of like one of those things like a track and field day where everybody gets a medal. It's kind of that
Yeah.
kind of a rating. So I'm just going to say blessing. It's good.
Cool.
Pick it up. I think it's a great story if you got a couple of small kids running around the house and they want to have something that's kind of speaks to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This book's fine.
Great for a
It's
young,
Cool.
young one.
Yeah.
13-year-old.
Young Padawan learner.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I think now that you say that, I think Teen Titans would be a great place for a new comic pen to pick up. I mean, it's really kind of bare bones, simple team up story.
Yeah.
Really fun, playful art, not too hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too dark, not too light. Yeah.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed this series.
Yeah.
The artwork's always up and down because I don't think they've had a consistent artist throughout this. Like Benjamin Percy writes it, and did you mention the creative team on this? No, Benjamin Percy
sorry.
is the writer, and the artist is Fom, Von Graubedger, and Charalampidis.
And that's why I didn't mention it.
Say that 3 times fast.
Right, yeah, I can't say it one time slow. But the art, man, Percy lost. He had creative differences with the artist on the number 1, so we saw number 1 with just gorgeous artwork, and then after that it was gone. Like, and since then the art's been kind of inconsistent. I'd say that's like the Achilles heel of this book is the artwork.
Gotcha.
So,
Yep.
but
Great story.
Travis, do you think you would keep reading this, or do you think you will keep reading this?
I'll give it another shot just to see who the 6th Titan is because we got money running on it now.
Yeah, got to. Are you a fan of like the younger team ups, like Young Justice? Did you watch that?
Oh yeah, I was a huge fan of Young Justice.
Yeah.
But I don't follow the Teen Titans.
Did you ever watch the show, not the crappy Teen Titans Go, but the one before that?
That's
No.
Young Justice, I think.
No, it's Teen Titans.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm one. I used to watch it all the time.
Oh, cool.
It was great.
I haven't watched it either.
No, I
don't-
loved.
You may want to look that up.
Yeah.
Because
I
like
loved
I mean,
Young
I know there was
Justice.
a Teen Titans cartoon that precursed Teen Titans
Yeah.
Go, and there's like a couple seasons of it, but I mean, I never watched it.
I
but-
loved it.
Because I thought it was like Young Justice got canceled and they replaced it with Teen Titans Go.
Well, they did, but I think the Teen Titans is from before that. There was a Teen Titans
before
cartoon.
Yeah.
Before
Justice.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And it was just Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Travis, on this
do
one.
I.
I say it's a strong blessing for me just because I've really been enjoying watching the story unfold, and, it's a strong blessing. I think the story arc as a whole is just a very strong blessing.
Yeah, this was
It's a very
definitely
good book.
the weakest of the last couple issues.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
But, I mean, Benjamin Percy, everybody knows he's one of my favorites.
yeah, he's fantastic, man. I love Percy. So, all right, cool. You want to talk some Action Comics, Ariel?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Yay! Let the wild speculation ensue.
Yeah. And there's quite a bit on this one,
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can I jump in? Sorry, I just want to say I love the artwork. I thought it was
Oh,
great.
it's
on the
so
cover,
beautiful.
the
It's
cover.
so
Actually, I should say the cover artwork. I thought was beautiful.
I really like the inside
This
artwork
is-
a lot,
really?
too. Yeah.
It was a little. I don't want to say bland, but flat. Would that be the word I want to use? It's not.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but it was great, and they pulled from so many different sectors of DC. From like pre-52 to clear back to 1990.
Yeah, I
Superman.
actually, yeah.
Sorry, this is your book, Gary. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But here's how you're going to rate it.
Yeah. Recap it for us so we can get to
So here's Action Comics number 974, written by Dan Jurgens. The artists are Patch Zercher and Steven Segovia. Okay, so with Superwoman's Lana Lang's life hanging by a thread, Superman has to act fast to try and save her. So he puts her in this like robot thing to try to preserve her life.
Kryptonian battle armor.
Kryptonian
Yeah.
tech. Oh, well, excuse the
Yeah,
hell out of
I'm
me,
just-
Travis. Yeah,
I'm just trying to help.
he's like
At its core.
he's like the AV nerd. And excuse me, sir. That's a
We have a little
yeah.
problem here with the projector.
Sorry, I just watched Freaks and Geeks. So all right, go ahead, Ariel. Sorry.
Meanwhile, Lois is taking a closer look at creepy Cheeto Clark, so she agrees to go on a date with him to try to figure him out. Bringing up the creepy factor even higher, he turns into a stage 5 clinger. First showing up in a limo, changing their dinner reservations from casual to super fancy. Then he starts talking about destiny and gets down on his knee and proposes. This would definitely be the part where I'd get a fake phone call and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
I got a phone call. That's your watch. That's not a phone. oh yeah,
Look,
well,
my phone just rang. My phone didn't ring. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, man. Later.
It's all Bluetooth. Come on.
It's okay, Ariel. You can do it.
Yeah.
So obviously Lois is like, no, and leaves and heads home. Continuing the stalker vibe, fake Clark goes on and follows Lois to her home and sees her having dinner with her normal family. He sees his doppelganger and realizes John is Lois's son. So of course he has a complete breakdown, and all of a sudden he starts to remember everything and he's super upset. So first off, remember in Superman 17, the creepy guy in the cornfield that was like watching them?
Yep.
I'm like 99% sure that was Clark.
Cool.
Wait,
Because-
you mean from
like-
last week?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Ah.
that was like this the
See.
very end of this issue happening.
the
'cause you were-
glasses,
yeah,
the everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
Good call.
yeah, because
So-
you actually
So do you
even
think he's
see it
tied-
in this issue, right?
because
Well,
and
that's
then
just him standing
at the
outside
end
the
of
window.
at the end of the story, it says
in the
continuing.
same way that he was in Superman.
Sorry, what? Ariel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're having their own conversation.
Sorry,
At the end of this one, it says continue in Superman number 18. So
Reborn, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
see, it's all coming together.
Was that Superman issue?
Yeah.
See, that's so weird to me that like it says continue.
No,
No.
that's next Superman's
next
issue.
week.
Oh, okay. I was like,
The Superman Swamp, what was it called? Dead Man Swamp was 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, that's where the guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
cool.
Because I thought that was Shadow. So is this Clark then Shadow Man?
I don't know
No,
about that.
I got an idea about that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
So I hear you.
I
you
can't
have
wait.
a-
Come on,
you have a
spoil it.
theory.
Spoil it.
Before my theory, I've been really digging the art. It's a good mix of some of the classic art style, like you were saying, Travis, and the new, more highly rendered style. I really like how Fake Clark was drawn, because during the book, his demeanor started changing. His face got a little more creepy, or maybe that's just how I perceived him. Jurgens does really well with having a plot that twists and turns, but still cohesive the whole way through.
I agree.
Theory time.
Yep.
So when Fake Clark proposes, he talks about a voice in his head telling him, like, I'm meant to be with Lois, and something showing him the way. So I think Ozymandias created Fake Clark and programmed him to go after Lois. Because if Lois and Superman broke up, Superman would be vulnerable, where Dr. Manhattan could come and easily take him out, making his takeover a lot easier if he gets rid of the Superman.
Well, do we think that you think okay, I was thinking Rorschach. You think Ozymandias created? So I agree that I think this Superman is nothing. I think he's like just. I don't think he is anyone. I think he's a product of timelines coming together, and he was just a byproduct of that. I don't really think he is anyone from the past or future or anything. He just is like what's it called?
Time Remnant.
Yeah, a time remnant or an inconsistency in the timeline that was just
Time
produced.
remnants are made famous by who?
Barry.
Allen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I just had to throw that in there.
Yep. Giant screw up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Come on, Brad. Tell us how you feel. Or, sorry, Ben.
Yeah.
You're the one that hates him.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see it because Superman's gonna be like the one.
To take out first.
Well, and in the beginning of Action Comics and Rebirth, like you saw Ozymandias watching all of this stuff unfold from a computer monitor, so he got Doomsday on his side. When Clark zapped Doomsday to the Phantom Zone.
And you got to remember, Ozymandias is a genius. He was able to recreate Dr. Manhattan's powers, even for a brief moment.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
do we really think that Manhattan's going to be the big bad?
Yes.
I think him with Ozymandias, yes.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because didn't we say on the show when this all started that we thought that it was going to be Ozymandias against Dr. Manhattan? It was going to be like a big chess game. And our DC universe
you
was
maybe
in the middle.
said that, yeah, or someone said that.
I didn't. I just thought that's pretty interesting. But
Oh no, Justin said that. Justin said he thinks
Okay.
it's Ozymandias
Yeah,
and
that's
Dr.
right.
Manhattan just playing a chess game with everyone.
Well, in Watchmen, when Ozymandias unveils his whole plan,
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan says,
Steps
"Oh,
in.
you're right. This is the only way to help." So, like, they kind of have an understanding of each other.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Ozymandias and Dr. Manhattan are on the same side here,
Yeah, that's what I'm
personally. So I don't know. What you guys have theories, right? Or do you?
they're so far out there that they could be so wrong. Like I thought at first, just because in the last panel you see his glasses kind of glowing, I went through 5 different scenarios. Like first, I was like, "Oh, is he actually Ozymandias or not Ozzy? I'm sorry, Dr. Manhattan." Like fully realizing, "Oh, I'm in this universe now, and I'm starting to remember, and I'm not actually Clark. I'm Dr. Manhattan." That was wrong. And then another time, just because it kind of looks like to me, and I correct me if I'm wrong because I'm colorblind, but it looked kind of blue. His eyes. I thought, well, is this like a Bizarro creature?
It was
Because
raining.
Bizarro has blue
Yeah.
ice vision.
Ice
and I was
vision,
like, well,
yeah.
we can't have another Bizarro because Bizarro's over with Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Not to say we can't, but it'd be confusing. And then, then the wheels are just spinning, so you could come up with a million other ones. So it's like, could it be a Mr. Mixiez Pitlick or a Kiltilsism or
all those hard to pronounce
Yeah.
heroes? His glasses are glowing blue there. That's pretty hard to ignore.
That's why
There is a blue glow around his eyes, so there's some sort of, and this is prefacing the Superman and Action Comics event that's about to happen. So, and I think that we're gonna start getting some Rebirth answers there. Yeah, I mean we could speculate all day, but it's hard to.
So let's do it. No,
It's great.
I
for
mean,
audio
we are
listeners.
rounding up to year 1 of Rebirth, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, May?
I don't know when Rebirth
Mayor.
started. I should know that, but I
Because
don't.
we started doing the podcast on it was the first couple months of it, wasn't it?
I honestly don't remember.
We started in
it was
August.
it was the 6th or 7th week, I think.
I think so too. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
so probably May, June.
Yeah, we're getting to where things I'm so excited for the button, and
Oh my
there's
gosh,
just,
I
there's
have no
just so
idea.
many exciting things coming that they got my money. In fact, I now get a discount on things because I work at a comic book shop now. So
Yay!
we officially back Mayhem Comics. That is our. I know how much Travis loves them, but
The
I don't have
American
anything
dream is
wrong with
real.
it.
no, you don't. I felt like someone did. Maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. But
No, I had a problem with Rodman.
Oh, okay, yeah, and we don't want to talk about
Yeah,
problems with
yeah,
comics.
because they're
sorry,
still
I
great.
shouldn't have even
They're
gone
still
there.
they're still great. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
a
I
really
just-
cool store.
Yeah, they are. They have some cool
Yeah.
merch in there.
Rebirth started in June. Sorry, by the way.
June.
Cool.
Oh, so we are getting fairly close. We're third quarter almost. So, officially we love Mayhem Comics. Though, because I work there now. So yeah, I'm so excited to have a job at a comic book shop. One other thing I forgot to bring up at the beginning of the show, we got a huge donation from someone on our Patreon. Brad, do you want to tell us who donated?
Patricia Hansen.
Which is
And she's actually my sister, and she's probably right now texting me when she hears this because I called her Patricia. She doesn't like that name, so
Okay.
Patty, I love you.
okay.
Yeah, but she's donating $20 a month,
Which
Nice,
is
thank you.
which is awesome.
Which is
holy
amazing.
crap! My mind. It's hard to even wrap my mind around the fact that someone's doing that. But holy cow, man! Just Patricia, thank you so much.
You can call it
Patty.
Patty.
Wow. See what you did, man. You got me going. I'm going down a path now.
Yeah.
Now she's going to take it back.
Yeah.
Patty, would you like Necron to take care of Ben now?
You can answer that later, Patty.
Yeah.
So, yes, I love the Necron voice. It's so great. But seriously, Patty, thank you so much
Yes,
from
thank you.
NCR. We really appreciate it. If you ever want to come on the show and talk comics with us, or do a Skype call for the listeners or anything, just let Brad or me know, or whoever.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. So, all right, cool. What's up?
Oh, I was just while we're talking about that, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to my little nephew Jace, who's getting hardcore into comics as well.
Nice.
So-
What do you got him reading?
I gave him a bunch of 52 stuff. I gave him the beginning of Justice League, the first I think 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Back when
I gave
Justice
him-
League was
How old is he?
really good.
He's 11, I think. He's 11, 12.
I keep wanting to get my brother into it, but I'm just not sure what
Yeah.
age it's appropriate.
Yep.
I don't know, man. They say 13, but I really feel like a 9 or 10-year-old
Oh,
could
yeah.
read these books. I mean, with the exception of Vertigo stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
Yep.
And maybe not Constantine, but
Well,
Superman, Batman, you know,
Yeah.
They're all
yeah.
pretty vanilla.
Yeah, and in Justice, the new 52 definitely did Justice League good.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeff Johns. I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
all
man.
him,
One of my
so.
favorites.
Yeah.
But you know what I didn't give him?
What?
Aquaman.
Man, there's some good Aquaman stuff.
I know,
You gotta check
I
out
know.
Jeff Johns' run on Aquaman.
Yeah, I know. You got to send me with some stuff.
Yeah, and I think James...
I like your green nail polish. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
James, very funny.
Thanks, Brad. I really appreciate it. I've been working on this green nail polish for a while,
Oh,
and it doesn't bring out my eyes.
Travis is experimenting. So,
Oh my gosh.
I'm walking funny.
yeah. All right. So, yeah, and James Wan, man, I'm excited for him to direct Aquaman.
Yeah.
And man, you can't deny the actor. I forget his name. Momoa.
Momoa.
What
Jason
was that,
Momoa.
Aaron?
Momoa.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She's like, that dude is tasty.
Oh, what?
I was just
That's what
licking
you
her
just said.
lips. I mean, yeah.
She went, Momoa.
Rolls around in your mouth. Yeah.
Whatever.
No jokes. Just leave that
Yeah,
one
but
where
he'd
it
smell
is.
like fish all the time because he's Aquaman. Gross.
I
Sushi's
still
good.
like. I rewatched that. Very funny. I rewatched that Justice League trailer. It's just so stupid when he's like, "So I hear you can talk to fish," and it's supposed to
Yes.
sound badass, and it's just like,
Yeah.
that sounds so stupid. Like that's not badass at all. Like I don't know, just that line. in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
We all
Aquaman can't talk to fish. He can like guide
we
their
could
actions. with his
brainwave
mind.
them. So and the bad part is we all want the DC movies to be so awesome, and so far it's been kind of disappointing.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's, I think it's the directors and writers' way of trying to get the humor part that like Marvel has in their movies.
Yeah.
and it's just,
Falling flat.
it's just too.
Well, I don't know, man. I
Blah.
personally think that Warner Brothers. I love. We were talking about before the show. I love DC, but I hate Warner Brothers. Like they invest so much money in these movies, and then they don't want to just give them to a director and let them do their thing.
Right.
They kind of wanted to do that with Zack Snyder, but it's like they picked the wrong guy because Zack Snyder. He can make a beautiful looking movie, but he can't tell a story very well. He's not.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, like he's a beautiful, like he can set up a beautiful shot and make it look really pretty. Like Watchmen looked beautiful. I felt like it was lacking in story. Batman v Superman looked gorgeous, and I feel like it was just lacking in storytelling.
And all
Yeah.
the things that was wrong
Well-
would have been easy fixes. So I feel it was like from the suits that were like, hey,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Brad. But sorry, I'm gonna jump over. Did you, Ben, watch the extended cut of Batman vs
I
Superman?
did. Yeah.
Okay, that one. Tell me if you thought differently versus the theatrical version, or the theater version. Sorry. You could tell that there was more thought and more writing
Oh,
behind
absolutely.
it,
I
and it
agree.
was just chopped to bits and
Yeah.
thrown on the floor.
I-
but still, it even with the what was it 3+ hours with the extended version, it
Yeah.
still was a little lacking. It was still was a little hard to digest. And
Yeah.
I agree. I think that like if you liked Batman v Superman, that sort of enhanced it and made it fit together a little better.
I liked it.
But if you didn't like Batman v Superman to start, I don't think that
Yeah.
the director's cut would change your mind.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really like Batman versus Superman.
I
but-
liked it. Yeah.
But there's so many problems. I mean,
Yeah,
that anybody could have fixed. They could have went to Joe Schmo on the street and be like,
Oh, you know Joe
hey,
Schmo?
Yeah, I do know. Do you know?
Yeah,
you know
I know
Joe?
him,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a small world.
Small world. Yeah.
It's a small world after all. Okay, but I mean, and they could have been like, "Hey, the big reveal in Batman vs Superman is going to be both Bruce and Clark's mother's name is Martha. What do you think about this?" That's stupid. Okay, thanks. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like, and there was just, it was just a storytelling thing, man. I mean, like you
was.
just, I felt that. I
was
mean, I don't want to
rushed.
get in too deep on this because I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of this is almost common knowledge with DC fans now. But I
Yeah.
feel like it would have been a really solid idea to do what Marvel did and do like, let's do a solo Superman movie. Now let's do a solo Wonder Woman movie. Now let's
Mm-hmm.
do a solo Batman movie. Then let's bring them all together into one movie in the
Yeah.
way
and
that
let's
they did
not
the
call
Avengers.
it verses.
Because like no one really cared about Wonder Woman, no one really cared about Batman, like because they weren't given enough time
Yeah.
to
Develop.
to become attached. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
and then it also took away from Superman.
Yep.
yeah, it did.
I mean,
yeah.
You didn't know which direction the film was going towards.
right?
Yeah.
It's not, in my mind, it wasn't a follow-up or a Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
No.
It was.
Which has
its
just
own
been
film.
announced.
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah, we'll
Sorry.
see. I mean, DC can't make up their mind, man. Like the director of the Batman dropped out, and like
Yeah.
then a day later you read an article. It's like, oh, he's back on, you know, and it's like they just they announce a Birds of Prey or a Gotham City Sirens movie. It may drop out. You know, you just don't know what they're gonna do. It's so up in the air right now with like if Wonder Woman and Justice League do well, then yeah, I think they'll follow through. If they don't do well, then I think they're probably going to move around. So we gotta get back to talking about comics.
We'll talk
here,
about more about that after the show.
Yeah,
for
so,
the Sunday school.
Yep, absolutely. So do you want to give us Batman Beyond?
I would love to give Batman Beyond. Okay, so
Actually, can I jump in and do Detective Comics since it's Batman, and then he can go to the future?
Sure.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
do it.
sure. Yeah,
So-
that'll just give. Yeah, like
Mine's pretty quick.
after break, like you
that works.
won't have any.
Okay. Detective Comics 951. Batwoman is training the team of Clayface, Orphan, and Lucas. What's his name?
Fox.
No.
Luke
What's
Fox.
what's
Luke
his
Fox.
code name? Like
Batwing.
Batwing. Thank you. While Batman is checking in on the lead, his lead is the Mayor Hattie, who is supposed to be putting 6 judges away for corruption, and he's supposed to have some evidence list in his office, and Batman wants to ensure that this is going to happen. But Bats finds Hattie pinned to the wall with swords with tiny little bats on the hilt of the sword. Bat's caught by the police in the room and has to run, which makes him look extremely guilty. Bats regroups with Batwoman to try to deduce who is behind this attack when Lucas informs them of a Joker-style attack in downtown Gotham. The whole team shows up to find a mass of people engulfed by gas. It's got to be the Joker gas, right?
Yep.
This got Joker written all over it. Mm-hmm. Wrong. Orphan discovers that it's a bunch of people just acting. That's because it's a trap. Tune in next time for the 5 Fingers of Death. So, it was kind of confusing. I'm going to rate this as high blessing because it really pulled me in. I haven't been really liking the detective series because there's so many Bat family people in it, but this actually kind of worked for me. It pulled me in. It showed a team of the Bat family. We've got this new force, which we all know as Shiva and the League of Shadows, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Playing
League of
this
Assassins,
League
I
of
think.
Assassins. Sorry, yes, thank you. So we know that all these things are happening. These new bad guys are around, and I don't know how to describe it other than it seemed like a really good detective comic, and that's what Detective Comics meant to me before we started with the 52, and then now with Rebirth. It's kind of finding its way back there. I liked it a lot. I'm kind of pulled into this whole storyline that they built in here for Orphan being the new, out of control Bruce Wayne type Batman.
Yeah.
But, I'm just liking it a lot. So they got me. I'm giving it a high blessing. So.
Yeah, I tend to agree on that one. I think high blessing for sure.
Me too.
I mean,
Art was a little dicey at times, but not bad.
no, I like the art on it.
Do you? Okay.
it flowed really well, like you were saying. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a lot of books this week were just books that you could just get into, read, and to be like, that was awesome, and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're getting back into the detective thing. I got really excited when I saw like the ha-ha-has and stuff. I'm ready for Joker
again. Yeah.
I needed a little break from him after Endgame because I mean that was such a heavy Joker story and it was really really good. I loved it, but it was like okay, I'm ready for let's move on to different villains now. But
Yep.
I've had a break. We've given a little bit of space from Leto's Joker, so I think you'll avoid some bad publicity because he wasn't a very well liked
Nope.
character.
No.
So I think that on the comics end they wanted to give people some space from that. Maybe
That's
I'm
not
like,
a bad thought.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. So I think when he does show up, it's going to be big. It may actually be like after the Rebirth stuff is sort of cycled through. I don't know.
And I was glad to see the Penguin because really,
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of the big core, rogues from Batman. Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Riddler. Riddler, has he been around? I don't
think so.
No,
we
since
haven't seen
year 1 in 52.
I feel like I've seen him somewhere, but I can't remember where.
Yeah.
Maybe I was watching an animated movie and saw him. I don't know. It all kind of mixes together. So, yeah.
No, I agree.
But
right.
they're missing. And they are. They Catwoman's around. They brought Poison Ivy and Trinity. So they're playing with those. But those villains are.
Iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
I agree with your rating though. Definitely.
Thanks.
me too.
Sweet. All right.
I was a little confused because you said they were pretending, but at the end it says what's wrong with their eyes, and all their eyes are pitch black.
And that cycles back to the very first page of the comic. Evidently, Shiva has done something with, is it the League of Shadows? I keep saying the wrong thing.
League of Assassins.
Thank
They call
you.
it League of Shadows in the Batman movie, like The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay. She's
You're
done
right,
something
yeah.
to them because she's talking about how she will make their death long and painful and stuff like that, and his eyes turned black too.
Okay.
So it's kind of like she's controlling them. And is it Shiva that has this sword that entraps people's
No,
souls?
it's Katana.
That's Katana. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know what Shiva's backstory is. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan.
I don't
of
know
hers.
anything
Yeah.
about it either.
Other than that, I think it's just these people were instructed by Shiva to act a certain way, and then as soon as the whole team showed up, then they were to turn, because
Oh, yeah.
we see her profile throughout the story, watching the crew or watching the Bat family throughout things. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you think that she's going to be more of against Batwoman than Batman?
that's a good question, but I don't think so. I think it's all Batman. I think
Okay.
she's going for the main man himself.
Right.
But for some reason, I just feel like Detective Comics is going to be not Batman anymore. It's going to be Bat Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So-
yeah. Which I don't know.
I was kind of hoping they would like punching a hole in a giant water cooler. It would just
Yeah.
slowly work its way down back to just Batman.
Yeah.
But
I-
it
But
doesn't feel that way.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, like
Yeah.
in this day and age, there's so many characters out there. I mean, without doing like a little one-off, but any big problem, you're gonna have to have help.
Yeah, I think this Detective Comics is another place where you can see Batman building another little mini army, and
Right.
he's just doing that again and again and again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Always be prepared.
so that we're just seeing that rebirth stuff come to a head.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
All right, cool. Do you guys mind if we take a break really quick, or
Sure,
do you want
sure.
to cover Batman Beyond
No,
before break?
it doesn't matter. We can do it when we come back.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll take a break and we will be
Awesome.
right back.
Be right back.
Thank you, Brad. All right, and we are back, and we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back with more comic book recaps for your listening pleasure. So, sorry, there's a little lag there. I had to mess with the scrubber. All right, so Brad, we've been holding you back for long enough. Gotta release all the power into
You're
the
free,
world.
Cheesy Brad, you're free.
Hold on, this recording program is messing with me. Just a sec.
The show.
All right, there. No, wait, did not lose an episode. Thank heavens. Oh gosh, that was the worst. No, that will not happen again. I hope so.
Episode 24, the lost
Yes,
episode.
the lost episode. Yep. So all
I
right.
like that though. It's
I do
fun. It's
too.
like,
It's
whatever happened on it, you'll never know.
You'll never know. Yep.
Yeah,
no one will-
anytime we can, we go
That was a
like
good
later on, we're like,
episode,
that was
too.
on episode 24.
Yeah, exactly. That's our scapegoat.
Yep,
That's our
yep.
retcon. Yeah,
Right,
Yeah,
it was-
that's our
It was on
retcon,
episode
yeah.
24.
All right, Brad. So you got Batman Beyond for us.
On episode 24. Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Wait, go ahead.
All right, Batman Beyond: Escaping the Grave: The Moment of Truth, written by Dan Jurgens, art by Bernard Chang. So, in the exciting finale of the first arc of Batman Beyond, Batman is on his way to stop Terminal and his incompetent lackey from getting his hands on Keystone. We flash back to the War of the Cyborgs that apparently killed Bruce Wayne. But Terminal found him barely alive and kept him alive, and told the Jokers that he had just gotten the body of the Joker. Just when he thought that he was going to win, Batman Beyond ruins his plans and saves his mentor/biological father in the meantime. Terminal and his lackey get away, but are quickly shot down. And his lackey is revealed to be none other than... Oh, the Joker!
Gotta adjust the sound on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Benjamin!
Okay. Cool. So it was the Joker.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it was the Joker.
Yes. Yeah, that was a quick jump there.
I was trying. I wanted
Yeah,
to mess with you.
yeah. So it's really the Joker.
It's really the Joker, and it was cool because like he kills Terminal with a crowbar, and there's one
classic.
quick cool
Oh, wow.
panel, and he just walks away.
Wow, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and especially with Bruce Wayne come back, bringing Bruce Wayne, you have to have the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is actually the first time the Joker has actually showed up in Rebirth.
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
We were talking about that
Wow,
earlier. So
and it was cool because
Well,
like
this
throughout
isn't
the
Rebirth technically, but yeah,
it is Rebirth,
this
Yeah.
is future.
but it says
still-
Rebirth on the
Well,
title.
yeah.
I mean, it's in the Rebirth universe.
Yeah. Okay.
And
It's future Rebirth, but it is
Yeah.
Rebirth.
I mean, it was just really cool throughout the book. He was making fun of the janitor, is what he was calling him, his little janitor to clean up his messes, and then that was the Joker.
Nice.
Yeah. it was
And
really
he's
good.
like, nobody pretends that I forgot how do they say it, but like, nobody pretends to be me or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well,
Right.
there's a really cool part where the janitor is like, "Why wouldn't you bring back the Joker?" And Terminal is like, "Oh, the world's so much better without him. I would never bring him back."
That's right.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't read this one. So, rating? What?
Oh yeah, I mean, the good, bad, and ugly. It was just really good. The art was good. The story has been really well written. It's Dan Jurgens, same guy that does Superman.
Oh, Dan Jurgens. Right. Oh wow. Okay.
right?
Cool.
Yeah. I rate it as holy.
Nice.
I want to see more in this time frame. Like I want to see Wonder Woman in this time frame. I want to see
Yeah. No one wouldn't argue with you there.
right? And I honestly, I think you can even bring in Aquaman. Green Lanterns. Where's the Green Lanterns here? I mean, like this big bad thing happened to Gotham, which turned it from Gotham to New Gotham or Neo Gotham.
Right.
Depending on who's writing.
Did you ever read the prelude to this?
Maybe not.
When was that?
So they just before Rebirth started. So it was during
Oh,
New
it's
52.
New 52.
It
Okay.
was it led up to Neo Gotham and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
It was Brother Eye had,
Oh, cool.
had captured the Justice League basically and converted everybody over to robots and stuff
The
like
cyborgs.
that. Yeah, the
Oh, wow.
cyborgs. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But there is a Green Lantern. It's the kid, the little boy. That's kind of like a monk.
Okay.
I don't remember his name, but there's a Superman that's not really our Clark Kent. It's a
Never
like a
is.
clone type Superman.
Oh, cool.
Which they dropped that in one issue and then they never brought it back, and it's kind of been like, I want more, and I think they're purposely doing that.
Cool.
They only bring it in like maybe at the end of every year just to kind of salt and pepper and then
Nice.
move on. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
The art's great. I love the new bat suit.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
I don't.
I don't like the eyes.
Eyes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Jinx you. over the coat.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
Uncle Bump. Boom.
No, I don't like the eye. I bring the eyes back down a little bit.
Right.
But other than that, I like the black and red all over.
Or
you know?
just make the eyes bat symbols.
I can see that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it's an
I see
art
that.
thing. But I just don't understand the squigglies. I mean, like, what point does it have?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know
I-
now I can see through walls or whatever, but yeah, I mean, like, I think that this time frame is a really good point that I mean, DC could build so much there.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. It's kind of a blank slate, so to speak.
Yeah,
Sweet. Awesome. So what'd you rate it?
holy.
Awesome. All right, good deal. Well, I'm going to move things on here to Wonder Woman number 17. Did anyone else read this one?
I did.
Nope.
You did?
Yep, me too.
Cool. Story by Greg Rucka, art by Liam Sharp. Wonder Woman's mom is in the Themyscira, and she's sensing that Wonder Woman is totally lost. She's not too far off base on that one. Wonder Woman is in a mental hospital talking to an imaginary snake who's telling her all about her multiple identities from the past. Meanwhile, Ferdinand, Steve Trevor, and Etta Candy are being chased down by Veronica Cale's goons. Barbara Ann Minerva is with Veronica and trying to talk her out of killing Trevor and the rest. Veronica says she'll call off her goons if Barbara will become Cheetah again and work for her. Barbara agrees just as Steve, Etta, and Ferdinand are about to be killed. Barbara turns back into Cheetah, and Steve, Etta, and Ferdinand show up to get Wonder Woman out of the loony bin.
I think I just heard Noah scream. Did you?
Yep, yeah, he texted me.
Okay.
Which thoughts for Noah, because he's, his appendix burst, and he was,
I didn't
yeah.
know
I didn't know that either.
Oh
Yep.
man, sorry to hear that.
Good vibes your way, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
for sure.
vibes all the way.
Is he
man.
doing
Yeah,
better?
Yeah, he's doing better. He's out
Good.
of the hospital. He's resting up. But I texted him, and I was
He
like,
got that upset over this story that
Yeah,
he's like,
I know.
wow.
Yeah,
appendix did,
Cheetah
obviously.
came back, and the appendix just blew up. Yeah. So so the story's fantastic. I really hated seeing Barbara turn back into Cheetah. Rucka has grown her character over the last 17 issues, kind of in a way that's made me attached to her and really care about what happens to her. I'm so happy that Wonder Woman is about to get back into the game, though. For a Wonder Woman title, she's been kind of absent on this side of things for a while now, so I'm really ready for her to snap back into it and get back into the game. Ferdinand's really awesome character. I love learning about him. The artwork is nothing short of perfect. Liam Sharp's work is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
His panel layout is totally sick, and I love his characterizations. This one is a super, super strong Holy. I think it's definitely a great book, and you should go pick it up.
Nice.
Cool.
I love the panel layout, man. It's just there's this
Yeah.
one. There are parts where it's like, man, that's so creative. Like the brick wall fading into all the panels, and like I don't know. It's just
Or when the
he's-
old woman takes the axe to the tree.
Yeah.
How it came down.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, or there's one scene where like there's a big square panel and on top of it is an army, like just like a silhouette of an army. Like he just thinks of really cool ways to like bring things in that aren't necessarily they're literally outside of the
Transitions.
box.
Yeah.
Like they're outside of the panel.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, man. I think it's a great book. I don't think it's like salvation or anything, but I think it's about as close as you can get without actually being a salvation.
Probably one of my favorite books of the week. That one in Action Comics.
Yeah, yeah. That I think I agree with you on that one. Teen Titans was up there for me too, but yeah. All right, cool. So Ariel, what do you have for us next?
I have Flash. The Flash.
The Flash.
The Flash.
Number 17 by Carmen Di Giandomencio
Jim Domencio.
and
Yeah, there we go.
David Gianfelice, Neil Gooch.
It's a spicy meatball.
It's a me, Luigi.
It's a me, Luigi.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh no!
Travis, I love it. Dude.
I think we need to do an episode where we're all playing Mario Kart at the same time.
Oh,
yeah.
I destroy you all.
That would be-
bring
that's
it on.
that's how my wife and I met in
Really?
college.
And that's
is over
probably how
Mario
you'll
Kart.
divorce too.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh.
awesome.
That's led to several conversations about that. Yes,
Right.
Because
Are you competitive, Travis?
she's a sore loser.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. She's not listening right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
It's not published yet.
I don't know if any of our wives actually listen to the show.
Oh, mine does in the
Mine
car
doesn't.
because I make her.
Oh, does
Right.
she?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
same here. That's the only way she'll listen to it.
Well, I listened to it live, so
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to it again.
No, you don't. You have headphones on most of the time when we're recording.
I think we need to settle this with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, anyways.
Those heat-seeking
What-
turtle shells.
What do you got for us, Ariel?
This issue was definitely more of a Flash versus Captain Cold episode. Cold has got his new black ice gun, and it's slowly wearing on Barry, because he keeps trying to vibrate through the ice. Barry, being the ever optimistic, tells Cold that he could be so much more with his intelligence. He even goes so far as offering Cold a job at Star Labs. Of course, Cold laughs this off and gives more snarky remarks.
And overacting.
Yeah, that's all right. The other rogues jump in, and Glider captures Barry, takes the the black ice gun, and points it at Barry's head. And Cold's like, "Remember the code? We don't kill people." And she's like, "Maybe that's our problem," and shoots him. But the gun backfires and knocks out all the rogues, so they're captured. Then there's a little snippet where Kid Flash is on the search for his dad. So it's pretty much just telling us that the Reverse Flash is going to be coming soon,
Nice.
which was kind of a cool little foreshadowing. So the rogues are in jail. Captain Cold took Barry's word of he could be so much more to heart, and he's decided to become the new boss of Central City. So he beats up everyone in the prison to start earning some respect. I really liked this arc mostly because there was a big psychological battle going on alongside the physical fighting. Barry hit some nerves with Captain Cold bringing up his father. Captain Cold was like, "You're a selfish hero. You do it for you." So they really get into each other's minds and kind of mess with it, which I really like that aspect.
Nice.
And so I gave those series a blessing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did anyone else read this one?
Cold.
That's cold. Yeah.
I leafed through it. I
Ditto.
I mean, The Flash for me is one of those books that you don't really have to read.
Yeah.
You could just go through and you're getting the gist.
It's a potato chip comic.
right.
Yeah, very
It's
like
a Pringles.
Burn
character.
through it, yeah, but they're always. No, I should say
Good.
always. They're most of the time they're pretty good.
Yeah,
I
I
have to
mean,
say, like I did the same thing, Brad. I just flipped through it and to look at it when I first saw the digital copy. But
Yeah.
I think it's page. It's not showing up. Sorry, everybody. But the one full panel page where Flash is running and says "Never" on it. I really like that art. That was
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
super clean, but at the same time, it's just vibrant and it's kind
the
of
Flash.
Yeah, it's kind of comic booky.
Yeah.
I liked it. So good work,
I always
guys.
feel like the plot's too easy.
Yeah,
Like there's never there's no high stakes.
I'm really looking forward to the Flash Batman team up for
Flash-
the Watchmen. When,
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're when they're gonna be doing the detective work.
I think Flash is best when he's interacting with others because when he's
Yeah.
with Green Lantern, I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
love that.
that'd make an awesome book. Even the new Green Lanterns, pull Flash in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can't do that because Barry was with what's her name, Jessica,
Jessica,
and then they
yeah.
broke up. So that'd be kind of
Yeah, that's
awkward.
Awkward.
Speaking of the Flash, DC released a couple lenticular covers this week, just showing like the kind of like the motion covers or whatever. And I'm looking at them right now. They're really cool, man. There's one of like that fades back and forth between Barry Allen and Batman holding the button.
Yeah.
And then there's one that fades between like I think it's
What was
what was that? I don't know.
I don't know either. Something about the river.
Yeah, Siri acting crazy.
Yeah, she's mad at us. Maybe
Yeah.
she's a bigger Barry Allen fan than Ben.
Yeah, maybe.
resetting your timeline?
Jay Garrick is coming back into
Yeah.
things though, so
So
that's another.
will we get an Alan Scott then? Perhaps
Alan Scott, who
That's
he's
Green
the
Lantern.
first Green Lantern.
His isn't
Yeah,
like
I-
a Green Lantern core ring. It's actually based on magic.
Yeah.
actually. Do you guys want to crowd around my computer here and just look at this really quick?
Is that the? I think I've seen it.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
Have you seen these?
Yeah, where Batman flashes back and forth between
Oh,
the
yeah.
Reverse Flash.
Yeah, and then there's one of the Reverse Flash reaching out. No, that's Wally reaching out towards the button, and when he touches it, he like obliterates.
Oh man.
But that's
Yeah.
the Reverse Flash's.
Is that Reverse
oh,
Flash
yeah,
or
yellow.
Wally?
And that's Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Flashpoint Batman.
That's Thomas Wayne.
That's Thomas Wayne. Yeah.
And Flashpoint Batman is looking at Bruce,
Which I could
and
totally
Martha.
see why they're involved in it because that's when he first finds the button
And then we get
behind the
this big.
letter of Thomas Wayne.
We get this big cover of
Nice.
Jay Garrick right here too.
I didn't see that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, this.
Yep, the
yeah,
Jay
making
Garrick
you
one.
guys do your exercises today, but yeah,
Yeah,
Jay Garrick is back.
Yeah, way to go, DC, because now I have to go out and buy every single one of those.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, only if I knew somebody who worked at a comic book shop that could maybe get me a deal if I was going to drop a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
cash.
maybe.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like-
know.
No, you pay full price.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
use your Necron voice, then it'll work.
yeah.
Everything free and thus. Hi, that's
No, that was a
take
gravelly
two.
one.
Yeah.
Half price on all. No, I can't do it.
Yes, on the Good Music for Superheroes.
Yep, and that's the Nathan Fillion superhero voice right there. I
Nice.
just picture Nathan Fillion every time you do that. All right, Brad, you got one more book for us, and
Dude.
we're actually way under on time this week, so we'll have to yammer on about some garbage.
Nathan Fillion, wouldn't he be like a really awesome, like maybe a blend between a Guy Gardner and a Hal Jordan? Yeah.
He was
You know-
talked about for Hal Jordan for long. He actually voiced him in a few
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever read All Star Superman?
Oh yeah.
You remember when the
That sounded weird. Sorry.
Yeah. You remember when I knew because it's one of the best Superman stories of all time to me.
It's good, but
I think it's one of my favorite. Really, Ariel? I
No.
thought you loved that one.
I liked it a lot, but not the best.
Well, anyway, you remember when the two
read it.
heroes are having the contest with Clark for Lois?
Yes,
Stuff,
Samson and blah, 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 blah,
I
blah.
remember that now.
Oh, it's a feats of strength kind of thing. Yeah.
But I think
It's not Hercules.
Nathan
No,
Yes.
that's-
Hercules.
Hercules. Yeah. Samson
Fillion
and
would
Hercules.
make a really good one of those two, I think.
Good point. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
just cheesy,
Yeah.
like superhero. You know?
Yeah, especially when he does that thing where he's like, "Yes, I will win you over, Lois,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm super strong." Which way's the weight room? Is it over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is it over
See,
here? Or is it over there?
I can just picture Nathan Fillion in that role, man.
Yeah.
Because he's just campy enough that like he would fit that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sweet.
all right, cool. Brad, what you got for us?
Well, speaking of some Green Lanterns, let's talk about Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. Quest for Hope Part 2.
And the Green Lantern Corp.
That is correct. The core.
Corpse.
Corpse?
Corpse.
Is it
Follow
Cor?
with me.
Cor.
Follow with me, Ben. Ready? Oh, wow. You got me.
All right. I'm sorry I had to.
Sweet. All right. This is written by Robert
Brad's
Van
like,
Dyke.
stop talking, everyone.
All right. Name of the book is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, Quest for Hope Part 2. Each Lantern Alone. Written by Robert Venditti. Art by Ethan Van Sciver. So John is given the assignments of the pairings of the green and the yellow cores, and finds out that Guy has gone AWOL.
Uh-oh.
This makes him rethink his ability to lead. Hal and Kyle are having their hands full fighting a fugly, weird, gigantic jellyfish squid thing that wraps them in his tentacles. Nobody seen a joke on that? All right, cool.
No.
All right. And shows them the lives that they could have been, but they fight through this because they can overcome fear. They're Green Lanterns. And through it all, Saint Walker, the Blue Lantern, is reminded that make it out of sight, but three, a green, white, and a blue lantern.
Don't take the make it out of sight.
All right. Thank you, Travis.
See? Come on.
All right.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Obviously.
Yep.
All right. In the end, Saint Walker accepts the invitation to see Ganthet and Sayed. The issue ends with a guy picking a fight of a yellow lantern, the hymn of a yellow lantern.
Acrylo.
Yes. Yep. The issue was awesome. It did do a lot of jumping around, but was surprisingly easy to follow. I like the story. I really like the art and feel that there was some great character development for Guy Gardner, where he's going back to his more badassery ways.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a technical term. I like it.
Very,
you.
very technical. Yeah.
And the fact that he's picking a fight with this lantern, he's like, take off your jewelry, let's go round and round. You could tell they're going to be buddies. They're going to partner up, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Guy Gardner shines so much in this issue.
Ah, do you like
Thank you.
Shines.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's picking up what I'm laying down.
I got it. I got
All
it.
right. Man, other than that, this is a holy book for me.
Holy? Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone else read it?
Yep,
Agreed.
I did.
Yeah. Oh.
So, did you guys ever read Green Lantern prior to 52?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
So
well,
have you
I
read the actual Rebirth? I'm not talking about this
No.
Rebirth, but the actual Green Lantern Rebirth where
No,
Hal
I
Jordan comes
have
back.
it. You've lent it to me, and it's on my list.
Okay.
Where he becomes Parallax?
Who? Hal?
Yeah.
This is where he's not Parallax. It's where they bring him back to life after
Oh,
he
okay.
happened. Anyways, I'm saying that because the very last panel of the book, you see Guy Gardner in his T-shirt, his civvies, and it's a W on his chest that stands for warrior. And that's who his character was after he lost his Green Lantern ring and he was stranded on Earth and all that stuff like that. So he was the warrior for a while, and his body would turn into weapons and stuff like that.
Oh.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
He went through a real weird transition period in the early, I think it's late 90s, early 2000s. They didn't know what to do with his character. Yeah, everybody did. That's when we really found our strides and became ourselves.
Right.
But I love that, and then I love the fact that Akrillo is there, because I'll be honest with you, I did not think that through, Brad, until you just said they're going to become buddies, they're going to become partners. Like, that's definitely true. I love the fact that Akrillo, I used to think of Akrillo as the equivalent to Kilowog for the Sinestro Corps,
Yeah.
but he has been put through the ringer so much, because when Mongol took over the Sinestro Corps, Akrillo tried to stop it. This was pre-52, and Mongol ripped out his tongue. And
Oh my gosh.
He wore his tongue. Akrillo wore his tongue on like a necklace for a while.
Whoa.
And if I remember right, fans, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the Blue Lantern that helped him get his tongue back in his mouth and healed.
Oh my gosh.
It was just, this guy's just, and he, even though he's been beat down like that so many times, he still thinks he's the strongest of the Yellow Lantern Corps. So it just fits that he's going to be paired with.
Well,
Guy,
in the
or at
fact that
least we
Guy
hope so.
Gardner like went AWOL to go find him specifically,
Yeah.
was just like, okay. I mean, like, I just really enjoyed this one.
Yep.
I mean,
Nice.
the more I think about it, I mean, I'm thinking this is probably my book of the week.
Oh, really? I didn't read it. This is one of those series that I catch up on it when I can. Like,
Yeah.
I think my last reading of it was like when they got through that whole, like, they're stuck in Bizarro's like little, or I'm sorry, Larfleeze's
Larfleeze,
like
yeah.
little mini city or whatever. Or
This
he minimized,
bottle thing?
yeah,
Yeah,
bottles,
bottles.
a city in a bottle or planet in a bottle.
I'm
so.
a genie in a bottle.
Oh,
There we go.
welcome
Yeah.
to the dark side, Ariel.
Welcome to the dark side.
We have cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cookies on the dark side. Yeah.
I've eaten them all. That's why. You Girl Scouts, bad. You Girl Scouts.
So, what are we going to talk about on Sunday school this week, Brad?
Nightwing.
Yep, we're very excited about that.
Who is Nightwing, Ariel? Or
Or Ben.
Jason
Ben-
Todd, right?
Jason Todd,
Yes.
Nightwing. Which actually, you know what?
Hal Jordan is Nightwing, right?
Actually, Jason Todd did pick up the Nightwing for a very, very brief time.
Wow.
Oh wow,
I
really?
did
Didn't know
learn
that.
that not very long ago, and I only read that
But
'cause
you'll
I was
have to
going
listen
through-
to.
Sunday school.
Yep. And we are actually going to get off to that right now because, we want to get on to Sunday school. So if you want to keep listening to us on the post show, you just head on over to patreon.com/nerdchurchradio. Donate at least $1 per month, and you get access to an exclusive post show that's only available to our patrons. We do appreciate your patronage. Also, one other thing we would appreciate if you'd throw us up a review on the iTunes store. Just rate, subscribe, review, share on social media. We're on social media at Nerd Church Radio everywhere. Just tell all your friends, man. We're here talking about comics every week. So, other than that, if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at IndieComicBen. That's INDIE. Travis, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Twitters at TritonTR. That's TRITONTR. And I just want to throw out one other thing. I actually have a family member that's subscribed and listening to us, and she doesn't even follow comics whatsoever. So thank
nice.
you very much, Kelly Connolly.
Nice,
Yeah,
very
same,
cool.
same with my sister.
Very cool. Happy to hear. All right,
All
Brad,
right.
where can we find you?
I am close to Travis on the Twitters too.
Cool.
Just around the corner.
Right? Bradley, BRADLEY _Butin, BUTIN, and you can pronounce that however you like.
Cool. And Ariel, where can we find you?
I'm on Twitter at Ariel the Oracle.
Awesome. And if you want to find all the awesome written reviews that Ariel and some of our writers do, we write reviews up for DC Comics, Image Comics, Dark Horse Comics, well, all sorts of comics that we
Vertigo.
write. Pretty much anything except for Marvel. Yeah, because we aren't that big yet, and we don't feel like it's really worth it. So
Thank you very much, Ariel, and all our other reviewers,
Yep.
writers.
Yeah, you
Good
guys
job.
do amazing work. So Brandon, Carl,
It's just those two now.
Brandon and Carl, thank you guys so much for all the work you do. Brandon runs a podcast called Basement Condition, and
Check it
they're
out.
really cool. They talk about pop culture. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. Peace be with you.
And also with you.
No one's here to say peace out, planet Earth.
Peace out, planet Earth.
Next week, we'll be back to spoil all your comics.
Later.